This is Fob and Friends. 5 friends, 5 perspectives, all fob. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode, everyone. My name is Zane. Don't ask why, just put an I. And with me are some other crew again this week. It's Sumra.
Hey.
And Amina.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
It's another three-man crew, or three-person crew.
Yeah. 2 women, 1 man crew.
To just put it out there, it's just because with colleges coming back in play with a couple of the aka Maz and Gassan, with a couple of the Fob and Friends peeps, we're still trying to figure out what schedule works for them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no one's kind of replying to us.
We're just gonna throw.
That was a big thing. Yeah, that was a big thing for this week's episode. Is that lack of communication? Let's just throw the shades out. Let's just throw it all out. Let's just.
We're just full.
Bad bet.
No.
Let's just. What is it called? Airing our dirty laundry.
Yeah,
airing our dirty laundry.
We're just,
It's
putting
messed
this out
up.
there. Our recording day is probably going to change because, like I said, couple of them are in college, and I don't know their class schedule. But I'm assuming, recording day may change, and because of that, we still haven't figured out what day that is. 2 weeks.
Summer, you don't talk. You were missing last week with your damn vacation.
I was on vacation, people, and I think once you hear why I was on vacation, then everyone's going to say, "Hey, that's fine. Go on vacation."
Why were you on vacation?
Yeah, why were you on vacation?
Because I need to rest.
Oh, that's it? Okay. So does most of the world somewhere.
I haven't had a vacation since last year. Last August, it was a full year.
Well, where did you go in this vacation?
Really, because of a certain situation, we really didn't do too much. We did like day trips. So we did like a couple of beach days. We did a spa day. Got a massage. Got a facial.
Wow.
We did a New York City trip day. We did New York City one day.
Fancy, schmancy.
Yeah, so we just kind of kept it local.
Loco.
Yeah, we kept it local in the neighborhood.
That's not what I said, but okay.
I know you said local.
Yeah. That's right. That's what I said.
Yep.
So yeah. So that's why Summer wasn't here, and I'm going on vacation tomorrow.
That's why we're recording today.
Yeah, we usually record on Wednesdays, and today's Tuesday, but see, I communicated though, That's the key. It's communication.
Damn. Throw that shade.
Yeah, and we communicated that this day would work. Zan and I communicated that this day would work for us and this time. Yet we still did not receive any response.
Now we're gonna move on though, because I think they got the shade.
Yeah. Eid just happened this past weekend,
Yes,
right?
that was one of my
That was
vacation days.
That was another interesting thing. We all met up at Amina's house. We had a nice dinner. We had a nice get together, a family get together.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. What does this Eid signify for the people who don't know?
This is Eid al-Adha, if I am not mistaken. Sorry, guys, we clearly don't know too much. But this is, and it signifies the the pilgrimage happens, the Hajj pilgrimage, and also the whole story of the sacrifice comes in with Abraham sacrificing, or was told from God to sacrifice his son, and then it turned into a goat or something. So
He made the ultimate sacrifice, and so God was like, "Cool, I'm not gonna let you do that, and I'm gonna make it a
replace
goat,
your son with a goat or whatever animal it was.
the beast."
And that's why you sacrifice an animal. However, I want to put out there that I did not sacrifice an animal. I instead gave money to an organization to give food to somebody for the same amount it would cost to buy an animal to sacrifice. So
You're like our own Warren Buffett.
that's right. That is what I did. I was told by some, some people that no, the sacrifice is supposed to be you're supposed to keep some of that for yourself and some of it for friends and some of it and then the rest of it for charity. Well, I gave the whole thing to charity.
The whole.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're supposed to, like, I guess, like, is it in thirds, right? Like, the first third goes to yourself, the second third goes to charity, the third goes to friends and family?
No, yes, friends and I thought
something like that, right?
Well, yes, you're right in the sense of the third part of it, but I don't know the first. A third of it goes to you, a third of it goes to like friends and family, and a third of it.
A third of what? The goat?
Whatever.
Yeah, the actual goat.
Whatever. Not
okay, I'm like, what? A third of what? Like
cash money. A third of cash money goes to friends and family.
You keep it. That's great.
Not everybody gets a goat. Some people get a cow. Some people get a camel. Some people get a lamb.
I feel like getting a camel is so like it's so what is it called? Like when you eat gluttonous. It's so gluttonous.
I agree. But some people
like, why the hell do you need a full-on camel? Like, what? And for the white people who are like, when do you eat camel? People eat camel, okay? Makes a good nahari.
Ew.
That's the truth. The best nahari is camel nahari.
Have you had camel before, Amna?
If you've ever had nahari in Pakistan, that's camel.
That is not necessarily camel.
Yeah, 99%
of the time, it's camel.
Who said
because that's
that?
the best nahari. Anyone who knows, it's camel.
Right.
Go ask your mother.
I'm going to go ask my Pakistani cousins that live there.
I don't believe you, Amna. Are you kidding me? Seriously?
You don't have to believe me, but it's the truth.
Zan, go check. Go ask in that WhatsApp group chat to all our cousins. And ask them, what meat is most of the nahari in Pakistan made out of? Camel?
And if they say camel, what are you going to get me? A camel?
No, I'm going to get you a free.
Yeah, we'll get you a pet camel.
That would be the best bet ever.
I'll get you a free coffee.
Lame.
I think you're stretching the truth here, Amna. I don't think all nahari in Pakistan is camel meat.
Most nahari that you get is camel. That's the whole point. That's like nahari is supposed to be camel.
Where did you hear this? I just want to know your source.
Yeah, where?
My source is people who live in that country.
But
how come I've never heard of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Our cousins, our mothers.
Are you sure you're not getting your meats confused, Amna?
I doubt I would get my camel and my beef confused. Y'all just like, you don't eat nahari, either of you, so you guys don't know.
Well, Zan might. You can't move him out.
I always thought nahari is just like either beef or, no, maybe not so much chicken, but definitely just beef or goat.
No, definitely not chicken.
Yeah, it's definitely not chicken.
But it's
like
it's here in the United States. We have a plethora of cow, so we make it with cow. But it's supposed to be made with camel. That's why it's so tender in Pakistan.
I don't know about this.
I don't know how I feel about eating camel.
What the hell do you think they make camel? Why do you think they slaughter camel? For what meals?
I
don't
know, some like camel chops or something.
That's literally nahari.
because
what nahari.
No, because we can't slaughter pigs, so we have to slaughter like another animal.
Samra, but you have to eat the animal. What do you think you eat camel in? I'm telling you, the dish is nahari.
I'm sure it's like any dish you want.
I'm sure there's camel tikka masala or something out there. No?
Exactly.
Ew, that sounds, first of all, terrible. Because is there a beef tikka masala? Get out of here. Y'all crazy.
Back to what Eid is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about a third, but Yet, however, I donated all of it to charity. What'd you guys do with your Eid Qurbani or sacrifice?
I
That's what
ate
I
it.
thought.
I left that up to my parents. Whatever they did, I just followed that. I'm like, yeah,
Zan,
Yeah, I ate it
Zan,
probably.
you are
probably.
working now, so you can do that.
Yeah, I should have, but I'm still in the early days of working. I don't have that much money.
Wow.
That's gonna sound like I was gonna say that's gonna sound like the biggest excuse ever of me not getting Qurbani. I don't have that much money.
You don't have to get Gurbani, but you could have donated.
Like I did.
Let's shame Zan. Should be
Shame.
ashamed
No, I'll
of yourself.
donate.
Shame.
I've been actually meaning to donate to the whole Hurricane Harvey thing that happened.
How did I?
But but see, the thing is though, the Hurricane Harvey thing, I've heard that like you shouldn't be donating to the Red Cross because, like, I just read an article a couple days ago. I mean, so like a couple days ago, I read something on Facebook where it was just like the money that's been going towards Red Cross isn't really going towards Hurricane Harvey. But I feel like that's always an article that pops up when some natural disaster happens. That like, oh, the money you're giving to charity isn't really helping. But like,
So,
I don't know.
here's my
I just heard
advice.
some weird things about Red Cross. So
Here's my advice to you on that. If you read something on Facebook, I'm gonna say don't believe it most of the time. Go out and Google it.
Look at
and
the
find
source. If it's like CNN, fake news. If it's New York Times, fake news. If it's MSNBC, fake news. If it's Fox, that's
Believe it.
real.
it's ew. I thought you were gonna say like BuzzFeed is real or something.
Well, no,
If
I'm
it's
just saying,
BuzzFeed, it's real.
Like, I would just like look up your information. I doubt that the Red Cross would be doing that. And then also there's a bunch of organizations that will go direct to Hurricane Harvey. So that's another thing out there, people who are listening. Please, if you're looking for any ways to help in terms of this natural disaster, there are a ton of places you can go online and donate to for the Hurricane Harvey. And
Is Hurricane Irma hitting us or
No.
Florida?
They're saying it's gonna be
First
a
of all-
threat to Florida.
we barely ever
Oh,
get
man.
hurricanes up here. I mean, we get like the aftermath of hurricanes.
We got Sandy.
That was like
died.
a rare.
That's
rare
Exactly. That was like a rare situation. We
anomaly.
Anomaly. What is that?
Anomaly. Had to correct myself immediately. Anomaly.
but
No, we were
Irma
stranded in our
Irma
homes.
is hitting. Unfortunately, it's already like a Category 5 from my understanding, and it's hitting Puerto Rico and some of those states.
As of this recording, because this is a little delayed.
Right.
As of this recording, as of Tuesday, the 5th of September, that's the path.
It's definitely hitting.
it's taking.
The path that it is currently on is hitting Puerto Rico pretty bad.
Hopefully, it just like with Harvey. Not that Harvey was not as devastating, but it lowers as it hits. As it hits land. Usually, the hurricane lowers a bit in strength. So hopefully, it doesn't hit as hard.
If I remember reading correctly, I believe by the time it hits Florida, it's gonna be dropped down to a Category 4, because that's gonna go through Puerto Rico, unfortunately, and all the Virgin Islands and everything. So by the time it gets to the United States, it's gonna be one notch lower. Not that it's any better than a hurricane. All hurricanes suck, but like it's gonna be a little better, I guess. But it's still gonna suck for all of Florida.
Anybody listening from any of those areas, stay safe. Listen to any evacuation things, and we pray for you guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
A lot of weird things happen in this world.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I do want to mention, we're talking serious things, but I do want to mention and speak on the DACA, or the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program that's being rescinded. I do want to speak about that and just say that those who are protesting and those who are out there and speaking up against this being rescinded, we support you, and we would join you if we could, and it's truly terrible what's going on.
Well, explain to the listeners what the DACA Act is, or
basically it prevents the deportation of like almost a million, 800,000 undocumented immigrants, specifically children who arrive, who are in schools, and
who have been
this
here
being rescinded
for practically their entire lives.
Yeah, it's like someone who's come here at 3, who's in 10th grade at this point, like in high school, like to deport someone like that, it's just it's terrible. Their whole lives are here at this point, and it's just like to send them to a place that really isn't their country at that point. It's pretty
messed up.
Terrible thing. Yeah, it's a terrible thing to do. So I wanted to recognize it and say speak on it because it's happening right now. There are live protests happening in like San Francisco as we speak, and there were earlier, I think there were protests in Connecticut, so pretty sure. So it's a pretty big deal. And right now it's early, but we got to keep our eyes open and see what we can do.
A lot of these guys have also, it's crazy. Like I said, some could have come here as babies. They don't know anything really other than America. They go to school here, they work here, they do all of that. But like, they even serve in the military, and these people are willing to, protect
risk their
us,
lives for a nation
that is now trying to send them back. So, it's sad. So. And it's
what did Obama post, Summer, or say about it?
Long thing on Facebook, and it's very rare that a president who once held office really comments on the president that's currently out,
who's currently serving, right?
Yeah, so he's just talking about the fact that the administration today is really not looking out for those these Americans. He's essentially calling them Americans.
Well, they are. I mean, they are Americans, and they see themselves as Americans.
Right. It's just by difference is really by paper.
Right. Yeah, because you were mentioning that. I haven't seen it yet. I've been out all day, so I haven't seen really. I knew that this happened, and then I came back and I saw all this, this blow. Like, it's funny how I feel like nowadays if you like don't go on the computer for like a day and then you look, you're like, oh my god, the world's falling apart even more. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy how much happens in just a day. You didn't even know this was going on, Zan.
I had no idea. I had no clue, and I'm pretty avid when it comes to like reading the news every day and just keeping up as much as I can. But this fell under the radar completely for me. I had no idea until literally 10 minutes before recording.
Yeah, no.
I was like, should we mention this? And you were like, mention what? And I'm like, Zan, this is happening right now.
If you're interested to hear or to read what President Barack Obama said, I mean, I don't know. Do you still call past presidents president? I don't know.
Yeah.
Former president. Yeah. He
ex-president.
Nice things, and doesn't outright say like. I mean, he pretty much does outright say that this is wrong, but
well, someone should.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote quite a bit on Facebook. It's not this like, storybook, but still, it's a good read if you have like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get off some. Let's get some like some happier news. Let's not talk about the dreadful world that we live in.
Yeah, I mean, we could start talking about. Wait, but instead of happy news, I do want to talk about, Zan, that article you read about the white supremacists, because I find that's such a horrible thing for me to just say and then be like, that's hilarious, but.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it connects. I guess
talk about the article.
Yeah, I guess it flows naturally to what we were just talking about.
Another terrible thing, but in a funnier way.
In a funnier way, yeah. So I came across this article just recently. It was written a while ago. It was written on August 18th. But the title of the article is white supremacists taking DNA tests, sad to discover that they're not 100% white. So it says here, a new study by the University of California has found that white supremacists have been using genetic testing kits in an effort to prove that they have so-called racial purity. But they are often disappointed to learn that they aren't, in fact, fully white. According to the UCLA sociologists, white supremacists on the online forum Stormfront has been testing themselves using tools such as Ancestry.com and 23andMe. The sociologists studied more than 3,000 posts on the forum over a decade that discussed genetic testing and found that many supremacists were shocked to learn that they had African or Middle Eastern heritage. The results were revealed
at makes total sense.
Yeah, of course.
It makes total sense.
Of course. The results were revealed at an American Sociological Association meeting in Montreal this week. Let's see here. I'm trying to skip ahead here. That's why many were on the defensive when they found out that they weren't 100% European or white and disputed their findings. My advice is to trust your own family tree genealogy research and what your grandparents have told you before trusting a DNA test, one user wrote on the forum. So it's just kind of... Yeah, I know. It's like, that's just their way of being like, yeah, no, I don't believe it. But, yeah.
Science is not real.
Yeah, right? Science not real. Well, my grandparents told me that's what's real. All right.
My grandparents said there hasn't been a drop of anything else. Terrible. But I just find that so amazingly ironic that they're like, we're pure white. I was like, no, you ain't.
No, you ain't.
No one's pure anything.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was looking at a GIF on Reddit. It was a GIF that showed trying to describe it without stuttering here. It's like it was trying to show the how immigration changed over time and where immigration was coming from, which countries it was coming from into America over the span of the past 100 years. And it showed that initially, obviously, a lot of the initial immigrants were people that were coming from Europe, specifically Italy and Greece, according to this GIF that I was watching. And then you could see that it was slowly expanded into the Middle Eastern, then the Asian countries, and then African countries. So it's interesting. It's like that's over the past 100 years, and it's basically showing that it's like there is no one in America is American. You know, everyone is a mixture of a little bit of everything.
There's like a few people, like, you know, the Daughters of the Revolution, like people who are really like, if anything, like the African Americans who live in this country have longer history than like so many of the white people in this country. You know
Not even them. Say? What about the Native Americans that own the reservation? Well, they probably have
100%.
They're
Native American.
Yeah, they were here first.
Native American.
Even though that's been disputed too. That, you know, not even the, you know how like people always say the Vikings were the first people to, you know, kind of land in North America in general, but that's even
it was the first people from Americas. There were people. Okay, so like, this is like a biology evolution lesson, but basically, if we're gonna go for a while back, the Native Americans have been here as the originals and then, you know, I'm just saying, the white supremacists now, of course, there's mixed blood in their lineages, and it's just so funny that, you know, they got basically like you know, it turned around on them.
Yeah,
I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, right.
I mean, when Kashif or our brother did a genetic test, right?
Yeah.
And even that, like, we found even us, and we thought we're pretty brown. Got some cool, fun anomalies in there.
What was it again? What was the anomalies that we had? I don't remember exactly.
Okay, well, we're 97% South Asian, so we're pretty desi.
97%?
But, like,
oof.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
This is only going back to, like, 1700s. But, like, on our dad's side, there's a lot of Persian and, like, Russian and
Persian makes sense. Russian is interesting.
Russian.
Well, Russia is.
Russia? Where did like?
Well, we're Russia. We're like we have like Eastern European blood, like on Dad's side. I'm just saying, no one's pure anything except like indigenous rainforest people, you know, and even them, are they? We don't know. I'm just saying, at this point in our lives, no one's pure anything, and it's crazy to me that what people are looking for here, I guess.
Native Americans.
I was watching some TV show just like yesterday, and they were introducing this female athlete. I forgot her name, but she was the most unique combination that I've ever heard. She was Native American, African American, and also like French or something like that. And she was born and raised in this island off the coast of Madagascar. And she was like, I forgot what the island is called too, but it was like more, it started with an M, forgive me, but it was so interesting. She was raised in an island off the coast of Madagascar, yet she was all these different like I don't know, the different races. It was awesome. It was pretty cool.
She's an amalgam of of just the greatest of the great things that you could be.
Yeah.
This is, you know. Yeah, I thought that was a fun article that you were talking about. I was very into it. Speaking of, Summer, you were reading some stuff that I think is funny and very pertinent to this time of year.
Almost this time of year. Well, guys,
September is spoopy time.
First of all, why do you say spoopy? That's what I want to know.
It's just a long story, and I'm not going to talk about it.
Ew. You did say you were going to talk about it in some episode.
Yeah, you did.
Why is this the episode? Wouldn't it be more appropriate for a Halloween episode?
No, because we have different things coming for our Halloween episode. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be scared out of your pants.
Spoopy is a long story. And it's spoopy time, but it's not spoopy time for me to talk about it. And I told you it came from college.
And spoopy sounds like poopy.
I like it. Spoopy.
Whenever you say that, I think of Snoopy.
I think of poopy.
But don't even act like you guys don't say spoopy at least a little bit now.
No, I actually
don't. Not really.
All right.
Not really. I just say spooky.
Yeah, me too.
I think spoopy just sounds weird. That's why I don't say it. It's just like
I was surrounded by a bunch of people who said spoopy because of this thing.
Well,
so we all just called it spoopy.
People who say spoopy, ominous friends listening, it's pooky.
Thanks, Samra. Thank you so much. Sure. That was so needed. I'm sure they didn't know that it was spooky.
I just want to throw that out there.
I'm sure they didn't know. You really enlightened just a whole group of people.
I hope I did. Anyway.
Zan, you good?
I'm good.
Yeah, go drink your ginger ale on the rocks.
I just finished my cup. I don't have any more.
Well, everybody knows that the movie It is coming out very soon. It's a remake of that beautiful classic.
Beautiful.
And
have you guys seen the original It?
Hell yeah, yes. We did.
I haven't seen it.
I just saw it recently again.
Is it good?
Zan, go watch the original It. Go before this new It comes out.
Is it worth it?
It's not scary now.
But you should still watch the original.
It's a very scary concept.
Well, Abna.
I'm so sorry.
Wow, just yawned.
Yeah, just yawned in the middle.
Clearly, this was not entertaining for you.
Yeah, clearly.
No,
Are you not entertained?
Okay. I've been driving. I've been taking care of children. No, but I'm laying down. I'm doing a sumra right now, so I realize why this isn't good for me because I will get yawny.
At least I don't yawn while I'm on a podcast while I lay down.
Here I am recording in the heat of the room with no fan, the window closed, right? I'm sweating like a stuck pig. And here you guys are, laying down, yawning up a storm. What is going on here?
At least we're here, Zan, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Unlike some of our
I'm
fobs.
sweating.
The other thing is
Anyway.
it's not our fault that you have a loud air conditioner and loud fan. If you didn't have such a loud air conditioner and fan, then maybe you wouldn't be sweating.
And I hate the fact that my room gets so warm immediately. As soon as I turn off the fan, it just gets hot. Ugh.
It's your fault.
To
I
make
feel like
you-
it's you.
to make
You
you
emit
feel-
so much heat.
To make you feel better, I am in such a cool room that I need a blanket.
All right. Stop bragging here now, Sumra. Some of us don't have that luxury of indoor
Central air conditioning.
central area. I was gonna say indoor air conditioning, but that doesn't make any sense. Some central air conditioning.
As opposed to outdoor air conditioning, which is the breeze.
The breeze.
No, but anyway, back to it. Zan, it's not very scary, but it's definitely a classic. It's definitely scarier as a child watching it. But it's basically about a clown who kills children.
Right. Now it is
And
something.
these kids. Okay.
I think that you should watch the classic before this new one comes out because I think it's worth watching. However, I did read reviews that this new one is actually really scary.
Like scary as in good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's like. So It is kind of campy, like the original It. It's really good, but it's definitely like a bit cheesy because it's like the 90s and cheesy. Mm-hmm. Or is it the 80s?
I think it's.
I'm pretty sure it's the 90s.
I don't forgot when it actually came out, but yes, it's like.
I think it's the 90s, but it's kind of like the Goonies meets, a horror clown. Because these kids kind of fight the clown, and then they come back as adults because the clown came back, and then they fight it again. And it's a remake, so obviously the kids are going to kill the clown, but I feel like they're going to be more graphic, showing the children dying, which is kind of terrible.
Yeah, I agree. But
I don't know if I want to see that,
I hope they don't actually show that. But in regards to this movie, there are apparently from articles that I have read, killer clowns that are back. So people are dressing up as clowns, like scary clowns, and like terrifying people.
Are they chasing after people or just standing?
So in this one article that I read, this was actually in the UK. And they're saying that the clown craze, which originated from America, is basically various acts of people terrifying others in this clown costume. So there's like a whole video on it, but the recent sightings come after about a year later of clown incidents in the UK. But they think it's related to the movie It because it's coming out this month. And from what
Also American Horror Story.
maybe
Like the clown cults, what's happening?
yeah, that could be. I mean, I don't know, but they're saying the movie It, so they're like scaring people. They're jumping out at them. They're chasing them. They're doing all that type of stuff. I mean, there were stories of clowns, and the police are actually worried.
Because people are gonna. It's not the clowns that are the problem. It's the people that they terrify. Because if someone is coming at you, you're gonna defend yourself, and
Right.
that clown person might get killed. Especially if it's a teenager, just being dumb. Someone might attack you.
Right, and that's the crazy part is that they just stand there staring at you.
Right.
It's like you're asking for
Or-
trouble if you're just standing there, you're
Right, they
That's the thing. They
stand
think
there
it's funny.
staring at you, or they're like So there's an article how they just stand in front of especially in the UK, because this is a lot of these articles are actually UK related, so that's what's crazy. But um, they stand outside of your house, but not right outside. So especially in the UK, they have like sidewalks and stuff. So they're standing on like the sidewalks and just right outside your house. Um,
And they're
and
just, the thing is, they're not doing anything illegal. Like, it's like, because
exactly.
they're on like the public road.
Exactly. And so the cops are called, and the cops are really, because they're not actually doing anything, they're just standing there. Um, they're not really doing anything illegal. They're allowed to stand in on that public place, and so people are just really freaked
And
out.
right, because it's happening again. Because I remember last year it was like in North Carolina or Virginia, I forgot. Like there were the clown craze was happening, and people were dressing up, and people who were dressing up as clowns were getting injured as well. But like the big problem was that clowns, this like people were dressing as clowns and trying to lure children into the woods,
Yes,
like young children,
this was
and
last
that's when it
year.
gets very disturbing. It's like it's different when like a teenager is dressed up and like trying to scare you versus like who knows who these people are. I mean, you can't tell. Luring children into the woods,
Right, and they were doing
like what are you
this
gonna do?
in this
God for like
in
it's
this like
terrible.
apartment complex area in the south somewhere, and there was one of the people that they had interviewed. They were saying how she came back home from work. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and they she just saw this person dressed up as a clown just standing there, watching her walk into her apartment, like so she
Oh
called the
God.
cops, and they couldn't find the people who did it. There was like a house a few miles down, like in the woods, like across, you had to go through the woods, or they had to drive around and probably get to the complex, but you had to go through the woods. There was a house with a bunch of teenage boys in it living in there, or not teenage boys, but young boys. So they never said that those were the kids who were actually doing that.
What kind of person has to like do that? You know what I'm trying to say? Like what kind of other than a dumb teenager?
Like, what are you getting out of that?
What even
Like, what? Do you,
I don't
they think it's
know.
funny?
Exactly, especially if you're really bothering somebody, like chasing them, or you hurt someone by accident, or you don't, if you're doing it out of fun or something. I mean, I think some people are probably sickos in doing it, but if you think it's like a joke and it's funny, and somebody actually gets hurt out of it, then you can get into a lot of trouble.
Well, no. Or if you get hurt out of it, you idiots. Like if you're dressing up as clowns, you know, especially in America and in the South where everyone's carrying a gun, they might shoot you.
Well, I mean, didn't you see those videos that also came out? There was like a clown craze last year, not just with this story, but like people were dressing up as clowns and just chasing people. There's a whole video of like this clown coming out and like out of nowhere, like somebody dressed up as a clown out of nowhere and like started chasing this car.
yeah, I remember that.
Why
I
wouldn't
remember
the
that.
Yeah, but wouldn't you turn the car around and like hit the clown? See, that's how the clown gets hurt because it's like I would just like turn my car. Like I'm in a car.
No, like
Why are you attaching?
they tried, like first they were like, wait a minute, like this person's not gonna actually do anything. Like they locked the doors and stuff. I think this is Zan, if you saw the same video, they like are in the car, but then this clown, like they tried driving away, and I think they actually accidentally hurt the clown like while trying to drive away. And I don't think they actually hurt the person. I think they thought they did, so they stopped the car, and they were like, oh my god, what did we do? And all of a sudden this clown is like literally like on top of the car and like banging the car, and I mean it was crazy, and they're like all screaming in the car. Everybody in the car is like screaming.
That's intense.
Yeah.
I would be so pissed. I'd be like, this is not a joke anymore. You're damaging my property. Like,
Would you run him over, Amna? You'd just be like, at that point, you would just be like, yo.
yeah, I would. You're asking for it. You're asking to be run over. But then you're going to get sued.
That's true, too.
So
right?
it's like really a lose-lose for that person.
But the thing is,
no
it's
matter
like,
what, it's like you're
I
screwed.
don't know if it's just the problem is what I don't get is you can't tell if it's like a sick kid. I mean, if it's like a kid trying to just be funny, or if it's like a legitimate sicko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you carry a gun. I'm not advocating for gun. You know what I'm trying to say. But these are the cases where it's really nice to be like, don't mess with me because I will shoot you if you come near me, because this is a demon clown.
And I'm assuming they can't identify any of these people because they're all with the with their makeup and everything. So who knows who they could be? They could probably just do their devious act and leave.
Exactly.
Right, and if the police
Right.
get them, then they can be identified. But if they're not, if the police don't get them, then they got nothing.
I think the whole I think the whole issue though is that they're not doing, most of them are not doing anything illegal. They're just like harassing from afar.
Yeah.
And so this movie, I guess it is like igniting that. Are you scared of clowns?
No, not really. I find clowns enjoyable.
I mean, if I got a clown that was chasing me, I'd be like, yeah, scared for sure.
I'm scared of clowns.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not scared of clowns. Like if I see them, I freak out. But yeah, like clowns are inherently kind of creepy.
I don't know. I've always thought clowns are joyful. I've always thought they're like, I mean, I've seen pictures of like demonic looking clowns and they're like creepy looking, but I've never been scared of one. I'm like, Granted, though, I haven't. Actually, I would take that back. There is one clown that I saw that was really creepy, but that was
Ronald McDonald.
No, it went
Ronald McDonald.
When I used to live in the I currently live in Queens, but when I used to live in Brooklyn, there was this like traveling clown, I guess you can say, that lived down the street from us, and they had a they had a van that was that had a huge ad wrapped around the van. Like, I guess it's like the picture of the clown saying the number and phone number of how to contact them and everything. And the picture that they used was the creepiest looking picture you could ever see. And it's,
why would anyone contact them?
And that's what I had said. Like, no, it looked so creepy. It was like a pink van with like really eyesore of a picture, and you're just like, ugh, who's this? But I mean, I don't know. I can't judge the person. What if that was his day job? Can't judge the clown by its face. Hashtag clowns live matter.
Don't use that. It's terrible.
Hey, what about all the clowns that are getting they're getting a bad rep for all these stupid hooligans with their,
They can choose not to be clowns. That's their thing.
What if that's their source of income?
No.
What do you mean no?
What? Wrigley Circus is closed. There's no prominent clown jobs at this point. So if your day job is a clown, you're creepy. I'm sorry. No. And you know what? You didn't see it growing up. You don't understand.
But clowns are a legitimate business, though. There is a demand. There is a demand for clowns out there.
For scary clowns.
What about the clowns that come to like kids' birthday parties and everything? The local clown.
I mean, I wouldn't hire anybody, like a clown or whoever, to be at the birthday party.
No one wants clowns at their parties anymore, Zan. And if they do, they're weird people.
I mean, unless the kid really wants a clown, but then nobody. Clowns are now,
I would be like
freaky. Like, they're just like always freaky. So it's like, no thanks.
Plus, I always think of that serial killer.
Yes.
Like, isn't it like John Wayne Gacy or something, where he would dress up as a clown and go to birthday parties and perform as a clown, and then he also like killed and ate people.
But that's just what you can't paint all clowns like that.
Zan, I just want to punch you in the
Listen,
face.
I'm defending the clowns out there. My homies out there that are clowns, do your thing. Make that money.
There's literally no money to be made as a clown.
Listen, if that person down the street that used to live, that has a van that I was just talking about, if they can do it...
Zan, you said who would call them?
They must be making money somehow. If for them to have a van that was wrapped in advertisements for being a clown, I'm pretty sure they must be making some money. There has to be some demand out there.
Or that's their own money that they put into that van and no one called them.
Aww. Wow. How's
I don't think they're making any money
how sad?
anymore.
How sad? I know that was really depressing.
No, what's depressing is that you think clowns are useful to
They are
society.
useful. You know what? Next time we have a birthday party, I'm gonna hire a clown. That's what I'm gonna do.
Cool
What
thing
I'm
is
not
a birthday
coming.
Party.
Also, yeah, Zan, you're gonna be 26 and having a clown at your birthday party. You're a disturbing person. I just
Okay.
The real question
don't
is,
support
guys,
it.
is my birthday is actually coming at the end of this month. What are we doing?
We're gonna hire a clown, obviously.
No.
We need a clown from 12 to 3. He's going to do some clown tricks, and he's going to do some honking his horn and doing some unicycle tricks.
Then you won't be
Why
invited.
not?
Because if you're gonna be bringing,
we just won't tell you when it is.
Yeah, if you're gonna be bringing a clown, then no thanks.
You can have that clown live with you.
Let's have a Halloween themed birthday party for me.
Even though your birthday's December, though.
I'll do it. Yeah, but it's the end, so I could do it in October.
Did you say
September.
December? Oh, I was like, it's not December.
Did I say no, it's September.
Yeah,
September.
but it's the end of September, so she could have it in October and have it
In
Halloween themed.
October.
Octubre.
And I can do a Halloween themed party, and everybody can dress up in a costume, and I can make it themed, like a particular type of costume.
I want to go all out for Halloween this year. Every year for Halloween, I've always half-assed all of my costumes, and I feel like this year should be the change of that I need to actually go somewhat all out on a nice costume.
Why don't you become a clown? You're so pro
Hey,
clown.
I probably could do that, right? Dun 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 dun.
Disgusting.
Hong Kong.
You're not invited to my birthday.
I know. Zan will try and creep us out.
I'm gonna.
All I know is, if that's the case, then, guys, I'm just joking. I'm not really having this big birthday because why? I'm a loser.
Oh my god.
Wow, so we're really bringing it down here.
Oh, I can't even dispute it. Like, and be like, no.
At least I admit my
So depressing.
at least I admit
All
my-
three of us are pretty much losers. We're the only ones that could truly make it to this podcast at this
Yeah,
point.
because their other fob friends are busy being like fun at college.
Hey, I'm no
Oh,
loser.
luckies.
I'm the coolest out of all y'all.
All right, Ginger on the
Man,
rock.
don't you like go on like day bike rides by yourself?
So what? What does that do? What does that mean?
Wasn't here.
I just feel like that indicates a lot.
Day bike rides, you get to see the neighborhood.
Then didn't you like miss plans with people because you were on a bike ride?
Clearly he did.
Yes, but listen, sometimes a bike ride is much more enjoyable than hanging out with that person at the time.
That's what losers say, man.
No.
Well, that's because we're
How
That's
is that
really what
me?
losers
How is
say.
that me being a
We had an
loser?
No.
It's not like you're a professional bike rider.
You had an
You like go
option
on stroll.
to hang out with someone or ride a bike. He chose
I
to
just
ride a
ima-
bike. That's not being a loser.
That's me being trying to be.
That's like choosing an option, and the fact of the matter is I wouldn't even really have an option to hang out with someone. So I'd have to be on the bike. If that's the truth. I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just a loser.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Aw.
let's be serious. I'm not gonna really have a birthday party.
Summer, what are you talking about?
No, we're gonna throw you one. It's the big 3-0.
I won't have one, guys. Let's be serious. It'll probably just be like HBD.
Why don't you know why? You know what?
BD.
I'm gonna say this. I hate that. It's your fault, Sumra.
Why?
You're lazy.
I'm not lazy.
You don't try and have people. You're so lazy. You don't try and have people over. You don't make an effort. If you had planned it and invited people in advance, they would come, and a bunch of people would come. But you choose to be a lonely loser.
No, I don't choose it. I honestly don't really have too many friends.
Summer, I don't have time, except every weekend when I could have time.
No, I never said I don't have time. I said I don't have very many friends.
You do, though.
I don't.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, this is a fruitless conversation.
I have a lot of family that I hang out with and stuff, but I don't know about friends.
Summer, I'm sure you have plenty of friends.
I have like a handful, and they all live far.
Okay, so we're going to change the subject because this is depressing me right now.
I have.
But Summer, did you see that your girl from Suits is dating Prince Harry?
Yes, I've known
What
about
girl?
that for quite a long time.
Okay, did you Meghan Markle? Did you see that she said that they're in love?
Where's your source?
BuzzFeed.
Then no, I don't believe it.
What do you mean you don't believe it?
Why
Why wouldn't you believe it?
BuzzFeed get that information? Was it like in touch?
I doubt it was in touch. I'll look it up now, but I'm telling you, they're in love.
Yeah,
they're gonna get
They
married.
could be in love, but you know what? I mean, good for them if they get married, by all means. I mean, what does that have to do with me? Doesn't make or break my life.
Wait.
I love her.
I don't love her. I mean, she's. I like her on Suits, but she's not like this. Like, oh my God, Meghan Markle.
Wait, you watched?
I like Harvey Specter, aka Great Gabriel Mock.
Yeah, he tweeted at you.
Yeah.
Wait, so I was gonna say you
what were you
watched Suits,
saying?
Summer? I heard a lot of good things about that show, and I never gave it a chance. But I watched one episode with someone. I thought it was cool, but like,
I think season 1 through 3 or 1 through 4 are really, really, really good. The rest of them, I think I've just kept up with just because I've been watching all the seasons so far, and you really get involved with the characters. So, but the first few really, really, really hook you. So they did an excellent job to get you in. And I think once you become a fan, you remain a fan.
yeah,
So.
yeah, I heard a lot of good things.
It's like
The Office will forever be number one in my eyes.
Yeah, but after Michael left, it's not like it was like that quality.
It's always the first. Yeah,
But
it's
you
like the first
kept with it.
7 seasons, and then after that it sucks. You know what I mean? Or who's yawning again?
No, it's
so
8
Amna, are you
seasons.
yawning again?
Abda.
Amna. Next time, don't
Amna.
record when you're laying down.
Seriously, it's making me
You guys, I've been
sleepy.
up since like 6 o'clock. I've been sick. I had a stomach bug 2
Yeah.
daid ago.
I heard about
haven't
this-
been,
Even
like
for the party
eating
that
Wait a
well.
second, I heard about the stomach. What?
Excuse me. Sumra, next time you have a stomach bug, which you get them pretty often, I won't care.
No, you had stomach bug, but are you still sleepy?
No, but I've been up and watching children all day, and they're and then I was driving back an hour, and the first thing I did was sign on to this damn podcast because I'm a dedicated member of Fob and Friend.
Ooh, more shade.
So, excuse me if I yawn twice during this podcast. At least I'm here,
Ooh.
and I'm enjoying this conversation about Meghan Markle and Suits. Anyway, Zan, what were you going to say?
I don't remember anymore.
So y'all can go.
Oh, I
you're
was
talking
just
about
gonna say, yeah, I
stomach
heard about the stomach bug. What happened exactly?
I think she cried.
bug. So I was at a party. I was at Summer. I was at a Labor Day party. And
Can we actually edit that out?
yeah, don't say her name. She's a young child.
No, I
but
don't mean to like
one
say
of
it in
her-
a bad way. I just think that you caught it from her because she had it.
So we had our Eid party, and one of our younger family members got sick and had the stomach bug and threw up everywhere. So one place she threw up was on the kitchen counter of our sink. Not the kitchen counter. Wow, the bathroom counter. And I think some some cheese of her throw up. Of her throw up got onto my toothbrush, and then I brushed my teeth with it. Yeah, because she threw up on the counter of the sink. And my toothbrush is in the toothbrush holder that's on the counter.
Wait, what?
Well, on the sink. In Mom's bathroom.
No!
Anyway, so I brushed my teeth with it, not realizing, and then I got the stomach bug the next day because I went to a party with my friends, a Labor Day party, and basically from 12 to 7 a.m. I was throwing up the whole time.
So gross. We should all have new toothbrushes in Mom's bathroom.
We do. We did.
Well,
we already did that because of me. Your toothbrush isn't there somewhere.
Yeah,
you don't live in this home anymore. You're married.
I do have a toothbrush there, except it's covered with a toothbrush cover.
So just throw it out then. Shut up.
Did Mom get a new toothbrush?
Yeah, we all did, Sumra, because I was the person who proved that you should have gotten a new toothbrush.
That's disgusting.
That is pretty gross.
It's so gross.
That's just...
But it's not her fault. I mean, she's little. It's not her fault. But still, it's gross. And I didn't mean to say her name in a mean way. I just said it like you got it from her.
I did, and so that knocked me out. And the worst part about a stomach bug, I mean, other than the fact that you're throwing up for 7 hours, is the pain afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Because your ribs get very sore because you're hacking up air and bile, and so my ribs are really sore, and then that's my life right now. I'm stomach bugging, so stay away from me.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
That's serious stuff.
I was so mad at Sumra because I asked her to come over, and I'm like, hang out with me because I need company, and she's like, no, and I'm okay.
Well, I told you why I can't come.
I know.
So you can't be
but
mad
still,
at me.
I can understand and still be mad. My feelings are valid.
Nope.
Nope.
Anyway, that's why I'm yawning. So next time you harsh on me, think about Zan's clinking of ice in his glass when he drinks his stupid ginger ale on the rocks.
But that's just a little slight clink here and there. You're just straight up.
It's not like I'm constantly yawning.
Zan drinks this. When you get when you have a glass and you're like,
ooh, how exquisite. Those type of people. That's how I drink my.
No, definitely not. Classy people don't make noises when they drink.
They don't jump their mouth.
Exactly.
Jumping. No, the worst is Maz when he coughs into his mic. We gotta tell him to stop doing that.
No, that coughing and also freaking cracking his fingers on the mic. I don't understand that. There was a few episodes that I had to edit his cracking of fingers out because it was just so loud.
Ew.
You just hear crack, 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 in the middle of a conversation.
I mean, I have to say, I've never heard that, but still, that's gross. Maz did text me today and say, ooh, I did. He thought it was tomorrow. And I said, read the group me.
Maz and Gossam are both in college. We're past that, unfortunately, in our lives, and we don't understand that they have lives and we don't.
That's true.
But wouldn't you say that Fob and Friends is our life?
Well, at least on a weekly basis, it definitely is. I know Amna and Zan, you guys really look at other ways to make sure the podcast grows, especially via social media. So all the credit for social media podcast information really goes to Zan and Amna.
I take that. I take that with pride.
Well, I give credit
I give credit where credit is due.
Even though I don't really do that much work when it comes to this podcast. a lot of it is just like I upload it to the audio editing program and kind of just see if there's any weird anomalies in the wave. It's like you can see the actual wave of the conversation. So if I see a little spike that comes out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, that's probably someone coughing. I edit that out, and then that's it. Done. Export, upload, publish, boom, done. That's me.
I can tell the quality.
Especially with last week's
low.
episode when there was a slight delay in my voice, which I don't understand how that happened by the end of it. But it worked out in the beginning, but then by the end of it, it was all weird.
It was a little laggy. But it's okay, because that's life and that happens. So, nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. We try our hardest with this show, and we want just the best for everyone who listens.
We want people to really, you might not laugh at every moment, but we want you to have a pretty good time.
One thing I do want to ask, we were talking about Halloween costumes. If you guys want to message us or tweet at us what your favorite Halloween costume was, or the one that you threw down the hardest on, please do. I want to hear your guys's, because Summer, what was your Halloween costume that you threw down the hardest with?
I really didn't throw down too much. When you have Desi parents, they don't really want you.
Weren't you an M&M?
Yeah, that was like the max I threw down. It wasn't anything like.
Summer was an actual M&M, like a giant costume of an M&M.
That was a long time ago.
No. The good question is, what was your worst costume that you had, or the least effort that you put into a costume?
When my mom made me wear shalwar kameez and say that I was like a princess.
That's every Desi kid. Every Desi kid for Halloween, you wear Desi clothes and you're like, I'm an Indian princess.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Well, the least I threw down was the letter P.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
I think this is a good episode to talk about costumes when we get closer to Halloween.
Yes, but I do want to hear, because Zan mentioned how he wants to throw down harder, so I wanted to hear what you guys have to say, and then once we start our October podcast, we can talk about some of your responses. I'll give you guys a couple of weeks to message us.
Yes! Message for sure with your Halloween. And if you guys have any ideas of what you want to do for my birthday, you can also throw that out.
You have to invite them then.
I don't know if that could be possible, but maybe I will.
I just wanted to share with
Zan,
my Halloween costume that I had, the worst one.
Yeah, Zan.
No, we're gonna skip it. No,
Zan.
So,
what's your Halloween costume? We don't have time.
Zan, we're gonna skip it. We're gonna wait for next week.
I was just gonna say.
Anyway, follow. On that note.
No, you know what? F it. I'm not gonna say it. We're gonna wait till the next week.
No, I was ready to.
No, on that note, follow us on Fob and Friends, Twitter, Insta at Fob and Friends, Facebook at Fob and Friends. Please, and if you really want Zan to say what his costume was, message us at Fob and Friends. Or if you're like me and don't care, don't message us about it.
No, I want to know, Zan. I will be messaging.
He'll reveal it. He'll talk about it when we talk about it on our Halloween episodes.
Real messed up.
It was a pretty good cut. It was a pretty. No, I was gonna share my worst costume, but you know what? Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait till I give my worst costume.
Now I kind of want to know, but it's too late.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So are we signing out?
Yeah.
And on that note.
All right. On that note, yeah. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great Monday, I guess, to those who are listening.
Should we have a name for our fans? Do we have a name for our fans, or should we just call them?
Ooh.
All right.
Fobiacs.
Fobiacs.
Or tell. You guys can message us what you want the name to be.
Our fobsters.
That's dumb.
Just like Fobiax
Yeah.
wasn't. Okay.
Fobiax was better than Fobsters.
No. Okay. Anyways, signing out. Bye,
We'll figure it out.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.